Hello everyone, and welcome to this Q&A session of Similia Homeopathy software. During this session, I will go through some of the latest updates that we've released in the past weeks, but also mainly it's really meant to be a Q&A session. So please, if you have any questions, either unmute and ask them, or if you want to put them in chat as well, it's fine. So yes, many questions, the better. So yeah, if there are no questions for now, I will start showcasing some of the updates. Yeah, usually we do those sessions once a month, so I will go through the new updates since the last session that we had last month. So the first thing I will show is in the repertory section. We have released the taxonomy filters also in the repertory. Okay? So before you could filter for taxonomy in the materia medica page and in the analysis grid, while now you can filter by taxonomy also on the rubrics and the search results. And you can do it by using this icon, this new icon in here, which will trigger the taxonomy model, which it's exactly the same that you will get in the other sections in the materia medica and in the analysis. So we'll show some quick example. If I select, for example, fungi, now either if I start using the Explorer, I will only see rubrics that contain fungi remedies, and only the fungi remedies inside the rubrics. And same for the repertory search. So if I do search, we will only get rubrics that contain at least one fungi remedy. Yes?
Kommer deine Hilfe?
Yeah, so you can see we only get fungi remedies, or we can also change, so I can deselect this, maybe search for snakes and select snakes. And now, yeah, we have to search again. And now, as you can see, we only get snakes. Then another update also regarding the taxonomy is that before we only had one way, like this one was the default taxonomy, which actually it's for the plants, it's kind of based on AGP4. And then it's like we built it, the other, like also the other kingdoms and the other sections. Now there is another section. So this one is called standard. There is another one which is called Scholten, which obviously it's based on Scholten works of kingdoms and families. So as you can see, you have some more selection, some more filters that you can apply. For example, you can select a series, stage, a phase, a subphase, and then you also have the tree similar to the standard view, that to the standard taxonomy that we were looking earlier. But this one is different because it's the one based on shortened words. So, for example, the plants families will be different because all the work that he did, he made some adjustments based on his theory. So yeah, if you are into shortened words, this can be helpful to filter. Now I will move to the analysis. Is there some question? Okay, so I will create a quick repertorization. And so let's add a few rubrics just to showcase the analysis. Okay, now I will go on the full analysis page. Now, something new that we've released recently, it's this. So when I click here, before the default way of ordering the remedies used to be the sum of degrees. And then you also had all the other number of rubrics, small remedies and small rubrics. Now the default one is called balanced. And also for each one, you have an info icon next to each way, which explains basically that way of ordering the remedies, how it works. The balanced one, which is the new default, uses an algorithm which takes into consideration the sum of degrees, the number of rubrics, the size of a remedy. So if it's a small remedy, it will give a little boost, not too much, like it happens with the small remedies one. And then, yeah, it calculates an algorithm which gives a score from 1 to 100, and then the remedies are ordered from 1 to 100. You will see that it tends to be fairly similar to the sum of degrees, but in some situations, it tweaks a bit because, yeah, compared to the sum of degrees, it gives a bit more importance to the number of rubrics and to smaller remedies. Then we also have this new multi-view button, which allows you to see basically not the grid anymore, but to see this new view where you have the three main different ways of ordering the remedies: the balanced, the small remedies, and the small rubrics. So it's a way to quickly see next to each other the main way. So obviously you have the balanced one, which is the main one, but then you have the small remedies, which can be interesting to have a different view on the case, more focused on the small remedies, and then the small rubrics. Okay, now I will move to show some of the latest AI features that we've released. Yeah, we'll clear this. So we have it clean, and I will open the notes. So yeah, compared to last month, this changed. Before there was only what it was called AI analysis, which actually now it's what it's called the notes to rubric. So we'll quickly get some examples. So the notes to rubric, yeah, it's what it used to be called the AI analysis, which basically suggests rubrics based on the notes. And it can also be like, it can be a full case taking, or it can be a short acute case like this one, or it could even be just a few symptoms that's written like this. So it's meant to just suggest rubrics based on symptoms, either from a long input or also a short one. And now, when you click on the notes to rubric, we also have the standard and advanced. The standard is the default one, and it's also the suggested one. It's really for most of the users and the occasions is the most useful one. The advanced, it can be slightly better in some situation, but actually it's quite more expensive credit-wise. And yeah, I would not recommend it. I don't think it's a great value compared to the standard. So yeah, I would mostly stick to the standard unless you really want to see something else, and if you're not happy with the standard. If you have different repertories available, you can also decide which repertories run the analysis on, and then when you click continue, it runs the analysis, and yeah, based on the length of the text, it will take either a few seconds or a couple of minutes on a really long input. And then yeah, you will see the rubrics suggested here, and you can decide which one to add. So it's, yeah, probably most of you are already familiar with this one. While the latest update is about the AI analysis. So I will take another input. So this actually is a case that was published on hpathy.com. I can quickly grab it as well from hpathy. Let's see if we find. Okay. And obviously I removed any information about the prescription or the analysis that it is present in this published case. So yeah, we have information until here basically, while yeah, when it starts to do the analysis, I didn't include it. So when you click AI analysis, so this AI analysis is really meant to analyze a whole case. That's the idea. In fact, the minimum input to run this AI analysis, it's 500 characters. So it's not meant for like a brief, like brief information, like a few symptoms. It's really meant to analyze a whole case. That's the idea. So when you run it, then you have to decide which resources to use based on the one you have available. And to do that, you have the classic way, which is much simpler. So if you are on Murphy, for example, you will see those two. If you're on the Murphy edition, and you can decide either Murphy or Murphy plus Scholten. If you are on complete, you will have the complete repertory plus the classic materia medicas, or complete plus Scholten. If you want to customize it, because obviously this is quite strict. So if, for example, you want to have all the classics and all Scholten, you couldn't do it from here. But from the advanced, you can decide exactly which materia medica to use. So you can even say, out of the classic ones, I only want Lippe, and then I only want maybe Cure from Scholten. So it's much more granular in here. Yeah, for now I will stick with a very standard and easy Murphy, only Murphy repertory and Murphy materia medica, and I will run the analysis. This will take a few minutes, so maybe it's a good time if there's any questions. Or something in the chat. Okay, yeah, that is a great question. How can you copy all the rubrics from one scenario to another? So let's take another. During this analysis is running, we can answer to this question. So this is the case, I think. No, it's just a random case. So for scenario, do you mean like a clipboard? Like A, B, C? Okay, perfect. So in this case, we have so the same analysis. We have different clipboards. So in this case, we got something in A and something in B, and then we have C and D, which are empty. So if we want to copy all the rubrics in A into C, we have the import button here. And then we have to select from which clipboard we want to copy. So I will select A and then copy to C. And now we have copied everything. So, and if you want to now play, like remove something, A will stay the same, and in C it's edited. Also, you can copy multiple clipboards. So let's say now we are in D, which is empty. You could also copy A and B together into D. And if there are the same, if there are the same rubrics, it will be only copied once. And then there was another bit to the question. How can you copy from one analysis to another analysis for the same patient? Yes, so let's create now, for this one, we will call it first appointment. And we'll create a new analysis. We call it follow-up one. So now this is a new analysis. All the clipboards are empty. I can go again on import, and you can see that you can select the analysis. Now we are in the current analysis, which is empty, but I can select another analysis. So I can select first appointment. And here I can select either one or multiple, actually only one. So probably if necessary, we can update it. I can select one clipboard. So if I want to import A, I import it, and now I've copied from the other analysis. So this can be quite helpful when you have a follow-up appointment and you want to start from what you had in the first appointment, in the first analysis. Yeah, you can quickly just copy it from here, from the import button. No worries. Okay, in the meanwhile, our analysis is completed. And so this AI analysis, it's quite different compared to the old one, which is now called notes to rubrics. So this is a proper end-to-end analysis on the case. And so what we get is a repertorization. And as you can see, we get 15 selected rubrics. Actually, they are quite more than 15. They're showing as 15 because they are most of them, or like in this case, all of them, they are merged. And for each rubric, we can have either 3, 4, or 5, maybe. And actually, this is something that when you run the analysis, if you scroll here, you have this auto-merge rubrics from the same symptom, which is checked by default. But if you prefer to just get all the rubrics and then eventually select them, delete them, and merge them manually, you can just uncheck them and you will receive them unmerged. But also, like now, I could just go and unmerge them all. And as you can see, they are quite more. And I will now go back to having them all merged for now. So the result that we get is this repertorization, so this selection of rubrics, and then we got this AI analysis in the notes, which, by the way, you can, if you click here, you hide it down, and you are back to the original notes, which are still here. So this is a different, the AI analysis, it's down here. So also
I have a question.
yeah.
So will the AI analysis, I haven't used it yet, will it save with the patient? Because I've found that before this update, the AI analysis that I did, like if I wanted to go back and look at the rubrics that it had brought up, then they were gone. So will this analysis kind of stick with the case?
Yes,
Like if
yes,
I leave it and come back.
yeah, for sure. I
Okay.
see. Yeah, I see what you mean. And still, for the notes to rubrics, it's like that. So if you do a notes to rubric analysis and even refresh the page, it's lost. Actually, yeah, now that I guess I think about it, we could do something. I guess the thing is, it's meant probably more for like a quick like thing that you just search for something and then you use it and it dies there.
Hmm.
Maybe it might make sense to still save it, but yeah, this one definitely stays saved. So if now I even
Okay.
just, if I refresh the page and then go back in notes, it's still here.
Okay.
And if I come back tomorrow, and it will always be saved here.
Okay.
Now, what do we get as a result? So we get up to 6 candidate remedies, which are displayed in alphabetical order. The reason is specifically that we don't want to like really make a prescription or like influence too much the decision. We have a confidence score next to each remedy, which it's calculated, basically based on how the AI believes a remedy matches better the case based on various things, but in particular the repertory evidence and the materia medica evidence. So for each candidate remedy, we get up to 6, usually, unless it's a really short case, we usually always get 6. And for each candidate remedy, we get the reasoning. We get the repertory evidence based on the repertory that we selected for the analysis, and we get the materia medica evidence, again, based on which materia medica. Then we get points to verify, which is something that maybe it's not considered like a keynote or a particular feature of the remedy, which is not present in the case. Then we got a bit of different case analysis, etiology, mental, physical, miasm, timeline, differentiation between the candidate remedies, and then a structured materia medica extract. So for each candidate remedy, you can see, we got the essence, the keynotes, and the excerpts based on what matched from the symptoms extracted from the notes that we provided from the case, what matched with the materia medica evidence that we selected. So in this case, we have Murphy, and we can also click on it, and we see it highlighted, and we can cycle through the various things that have matched. So something, oh, there's a question. Does the AI actually understand hierarchy, essence, miasm, kingdoms, and modalities, or is it mainly semantic keyword matching? I think this is a very interesting question. And so in this case, I would say that the AI tries to understand. I cannot guarantee that it does. We try our best to make it work well. So the idea is that it tries to understand, and it's different than like our other features, which are much more mainly semantic keywords matching. So obviously there is a lot of semantic matching to get the rubrics, to get the materia medica evidence, but then there is also trying to make a more comprehensive analysis on the whole case. So yeah, I guess expanding on maybe a bit on the question, or in general on the AI analysis, in case you have tried other maybe products or like ChatGPT or similar, this is quite different. So first of all, it's always grounded in the materials, in the reliable ones that we have, and depending which one you have on your account, but it's always good materials, whichever you have. Either you have Murphy, or you got the classics, you got Scholten, or Suggesta, or Sane, and so on. So, for example, it's impossible that rubrics that don't exist come up, which is something that using other AI happens a lot. Obviously, it can happen that a rubric that it's not really accurate gets selected. That can happen, and in fact, I think it's important to understand that this is a suggestion that is made, and it's a way to speed up the process and to get suggestions which then the user, the homeopath, can refine and can research, study what comes up, to then make a decision. So yeah, it's a tool to help the research process. It's definitely not something to get like a final prescription, even though like we try to obviously make it as accurate as possible. So for example, this case where we get lycopodium with the highest confidence, it is the remedy that was prescribed for this published case, and it was the one that worked well. So what else? Yeah, it is another important thing I want to mention is that which I find it interesting, is that the remedies, the candidate remedies, they are not related to the repertorization. So you can see Kali arsenicum that is coming up as one of the top 6 candidates. If you scroll through the grid, actually it's not, you see, like now we got Kali carbonicum. Actually, maybe easier to go here and search for it. And so you can see it's really down, far away, only at 25 score, 10 some of degrees present in 5 rubrics. And or looking at the other way, let's see, you have calc, which is the remedy coming up second in the repertorization, which is not even present in the top 6 remedies. And I find this quite interesting because obviously you know that when we do a repertorization, the objective is not to prescribe the first or one of the first remedies that come up. And so obviously the reason is that the repertorization is one of the things that is taken into consideration. But then there is a whole analysis of the case and the materia medica evidence. So, for example, Kali arsenicum in this case probably had quite a good match in the materia medica, while in the repertory it's obviously a smaller remedy. Let's see if we can, yeah, it's here. So it's only in Murphy, it's only present in 1,800 rubrics. So the reason it's not coming up in the repertorization, it's likely due to that. And actually, it would be interesting to see with a small remedies filter for sure. Yeah, you can see we get it much further in 4th position. Okay, let's see some questions. No more updates. Do we keep our jobs? Yeah, I think this is, I mean, it's a funny joke, but it's something very interesting and important to talk about in our profession, I believe. And I mean, it could be a whole another webinar and conversation, but I guess really quickly, I think we can sleep safely. I think there will be more and more tools like this. I'm sure like very soon or in a few years, there will be an AI homeopath that like you talk to and like with a video call and it looks like a person, like an avatar or something. There will be those kind of things, but I'm sure that humans, homeopaths, they will be in more demand than ever. So there will be those tools which will be probably cheaper than a human. Some people will like it. Mostly will have a lower quality. But yeah, I really wouldn't be scared of having, yeah. And actually, maybe in a way, if it's a way that lead to spread more homeopathy around the world, then I think it's a good thing for everyone that practices a homeopath. Sankaran system methodology integrated. So we have at the moment nothing related to Sankaran. And also it's important, I want to specify that at the moment, this AI analysis, it's quite a classical one. So it's really trained on Hahnemannian and Kantian principles. So obviously, like depending on the source that you use, so if you use Complete and Scholten, you will get like newer remedies, smaller remedies, but philosophically, it's still quite a classical approach. We are working at the moment on the Scholten analysis, so which should be released in a few weeks. So when that will be ready, when you open this, besides selecting the sources, you will select also which kind of analysis. So you will have the classical one, you will have the Scholten one, which will be heavily based on his work, and so obviously the result will be different, and also the output will be slightly different, because we will not only get remedy candidates, but also families, kingdoms, and a whole analysis around that area. I'm not sure about Sankaran. Hopefully, maybe in the future, we might get something. Some other authors probably that we will release some special module is Massimo Mangialavori, for which we have already his repertory Suggesta and his materia medica. In the upload notes section, is it possible? Yes, actually, this came up, Gail, quite recently, and it was about PDF, which, yeah, I guess it can be quite similar to Word. At the moment, you can only upload a picture. I mean, I'm curious, actually, like on our side, we could do it, and probably we will. I guess the idea is that the picture, it's meant to translate the handwritten notes, while usually if you have a word, you could probably copy paste. So I don't know if I'm missing something here, if there's something else besides copy paste that could be helpful to upload the Word document.
So Marco, with that, what I was thinking, obviously as a student, we're having to write up everything anyway. So I'm like, oh, if I already have it written up and I just want to upload that in a Word document to store it in the case, that's what I was thinking. But
so you don't want to transcribe it, you just want to store the Word document.
That's what I was thinking, but yeah.
Sure. Yeah, actually, so we are just now working at adding the possibility to upload pictures to the notes. So I think, yeah, we can add definitely the option to add more files. I think it makes sense. Yeah. Thank
Lovely.
you.
I did have one other question, Marco.
Sure.
When you're doing a case, and you're searching for rubrics, the options to filter the rubrics you have, by the number of remedies, um, when they're displayed. I was just looking for a way to be able to sort them into sections. So I know you can filter down at the top and see like, all from the mental, emotional, or skin or something. But if I want to see all the rubrics, but I want to group together all the mental, emotionals, all the skin, all the, stomach kind of thing. I want to group those all together. I haven't seen a way to do that based on your filter. Yeah,
Yeah.
so where you have relevance, if you click on
Mhm.
there, so you have remedies up and down, but there's no way to kind of put all the sections together. If there was mental emotionals that came up, if there was, different sections, there's no way to like group those sections together. I know you can do that at the top and only filter,
Mhm.
mental, emotional or something, but I mean, that's one thing I would find helpful. I don't know if anybody else would, but
Yeah, I will note it. I think, yeah, I mean, it's for us, it's no problem, and I don't think it's like an issue, so complicating things. So I think it's interesting thing. Let me note it.
lovely. Thank you.
No worries, and thank you. There. Thank you, Andreas, for the kind words. And yeah, actually, we another module that hopefully will be available fairly soon is the one from Andreas journal on the archetypes, which is a really interesting work. So it will be available both as a way of analyzing the case. So as I was mentioning before, like you will have the classic, you will have the family kingdoms, you will have the archetypal, and then also some other ways of interacting with that information from the archetypes. Okay. So the question is, have Martian complete is expensive on a monthly basis? Is there a way to have a special package? I tried to change it from monthly to annual, but couldn't do it. So, well, mixing the package is already discounted in a way. So depending on your currency, so if you are in dollars and the standard Similia Pro, it's $29.99. When you add complete on top, instead of paying another $29.99, you only pay $19.99. So yeah, I guess that's the discount. To be honest, like we pay quite a lot of royalties to the authors, so we don't really have a huge margin to lower the prices. And yeah, also, I mean, I know like other softwares that maybe you buy it up front. I mean, some of them can be really expensive. So actually, I think ours it's cheaper. Other ones that you buy up front, they can be cheaper compared to after like 1 year of use. But yeah, I guess with us you get well, first of all, like the flexibility of using it from any device, the being in the cloud, and so yeah, being like running in the cloud, giving some kind of perks, some kind of positive things, also reflects on the costs. And yes, there are annual packages, and if you're already a subscriber, you should be able to switch. So if you go on shop and you click switch plan, I don't think it will work for me, but I can try. Probably will not work. Okay, it worked actually. But yeah, I don't really have a real subscription, so you will not see it. But from the Stripe customer dashboard that will open after you click on there on the shop page, you should be able to switch from the monthly to the annual subscription. If you have any issues, you can email us at info@similia.io or use our support live chat system, and we'll be happy to help you and process it manually. So in the future, yeah, this has been asked various times, and I guess the answer is maybe. There are a few criticalities. First of all, yes, I was saying earlier, we already have some kind of discounts when you get an add-on. So yeah, unfortunately, due to the royalties, we don't have a huge room for doing an additional discount on if like a more comprehensive package. Also, yeah, the reason why like we made it quite modular is that many of the add-ons that we offer, they can be quite different between each other, and so some people that maybe they will like the QRep or Massimo work, maybe they will not be really interested in the mediative proving things, or like reversely, maybe some users will love the mediative provings bit, but don't really like anything else. So yeah, in this way, it's much more modular. But yeah, I guess we might, but yeah, it's not in the short-term roadmap. Okay, then I think hopefully I got all the questions. Some other things I wanted to show is the live audio feature, which is not new, but has been revamped quite heavily, hopefully improved. So let's get a quick case. So the live audio mode, you can access it by clicking the live blue button in the analysis page. And again, you can select, it's quite similar, actually pretty much the same. You can select the resources that you would like to use, repertory and materia medica. And also, yeah, the language, which defaults as English. So what the live audio does is allows you to activate your microphone during a consultation, either in person or online. And in real time, what it does is that by listening to what's going on to the consultation, it will start adding rubrics in real time, and it will start to search the symptoms that are coming up from the patient, from the consultation in the materia medica. So it's like a kind of a repertorization, but on the materia medica. And then it will also make a case analysis. And it will suggest areas to explore and differentiating question to ask, to differentiating the remedies, the top remedies that are coming up in the repertory and in the materia medica findings. So the idea of like how this feature would be used is that you activate it and then like you don't constantly look at it, but actually you focus on your patient. And another thing is that at the end of the consultation, you also get a full transcript of the consultation and also a summary in homeopathic terms with the most important things and all like generals, modalities, timeline, strange, rare, and peculiars, and so on. So what I did in some of my consultation, which I found quite interesting, is that I didn't take any notes. I was just focused being there with the patient, listening to them. And maybe after a while, maybe it could be after 20 minutes, 30 minutes, you could look at the screen to see what's coming up, depending on how you like to practice. Like I know some homeopaths during their consultation, they use books or they use software to research rubrics and even do like a repertorization during the consultation. So in that case, what you could do is that you could refine what is coming up quickly. So actually for each rubrics that gets suggested, that gets added to the grid here, you have a button that you can click with which you can you have other 5 similar rubrics. So in case you are not happy with that one, you have other 5 similar rubrics that you might be happy with, or otherwise you can always delete it. Yeah, then the idea is that you would look maybe at what is coming up in the grid, in the materia medica findings, and you get suggestion of which of questions to ask to differentiate some specific remedies or some areas to explore, to maybe go deeper. That's something that came up so far, and suggestion to investigate more on that area. Let's see some questions. So, does the analysis work reliably in different languages? Yes. So, in the settings, you obviously have to pick the correct language, but when you do, it works quite well with most of the language. When we have tried the main one, we haven't tried more, I guess, smaller, complex one, but yeah, especially like German, Spanish, it should work quite well. So is there a limit of the recording? Good question. I have to check, but no, I don't think there is a limit, actually. I don't think there is a limit, if I remember correctly. You said it takes notes for you and saves. This would be something you would need to get permission from the patient to record, correct? So yes, it takes notes. So what it does is that it saves the full transcription. So obviously, if you have the full transcription of what has been said, I guess it means you have notes. But on top of that, it also creates a summary. So in a way, the summary, it's more similar to the notes, because so when you take actual notes during a consultation, you don't write anything that is being said, but you write what you believe it's important, the prominent, most important things.
Do you feel like it took notes as well as you would, though? Like going back over the case analysis and the notes that it made, do you feel like it made you know,
Yeah,
as
yeah.
well as you would.
Yeah, I guess it was quite interesting. I was quite happy with it. So yeah, I don't know, like, yeah, probably not like I did, but I mean, I don't know if that means it could be either better or worse. I guess it's difficult to judge. So yeah, I guess my suggestion would be to try it, and maybe yeah, the first time that you try it, maybe keep like write notes as usual. So in case you are not satisfied with the output, you still have your usual notes. But if it's something that you find that it works well, you're happy with it, then you could switch at some point and say, yeah, I don't need to take notes anymore. And by the way, you always have the full transcript. So you have everything that has been said word by word, it is saved. So theoretically, you can always go back to that and select your own notes that you want. Regarding getting the permission from the patient, that's something depending on the country that you live, but I would say probably in most of the Western countries, Europe, UK, United States, Australia, I would think that yeah, you would need permission to do this, but also yeah, I guess that's something everyone has to investigate based on the country. Actually, maybe something helpful, I just had the idea we could do is that we could make a research and then give suggestions based on the law on each country. But yeah, it's also very important to understand that the consultation is not actually being recorded. So there is no audio recording being saved. The audio recording is used in real time to process the information and to add the rubrics, to add the materia medica findings, to create the transcript, which that's what gets saved. So the transcript, yes, it does get saved, but the audio, it is not saved. It's only used in real time for processing. So that's something might be helpful to know when researching the laws in your country around this. Is there a way to add your own notes on simple language or other information like visual details as the client is sharing their case in this area? At the moment, no. I guess, yeah, it's only audio, and so whatever it's being talked, it's picked up, and it's not possible to, like, the only manual interaction that it's possible to do at the moment is to edit the rubrics. But actually, I think it's quite an interesting thing to consider, to maybe also include another panel to like add custom either manual notes or yeah, visual details, something like that. I think that could be an interesting thing to explore. Can you explain how the credits work? Sure. So each month with your monthly subscription, you get 100 credits. So the first month, actually, even when starting the free trial, you get 100 credits, and then each time your subscription renew, you get 100 credits more, which get topped up. So if you didn't use them, at all the first month. The second month, you will have 200 credits, and they keep topping up, even if you don't use them. The AI features consume credits, and I think now we tried most of the feature to explain, like, for example, let's go back. Yeah, here in the settings, actually. So at the bottom, it says typical cost around 10, 15 credits per hour. So this is the live audio. And the AI analysis, let's get the other example with the notes. So the AI analysis, it's around 4 to 8 credits, and it varies a lot based on the length of the notes and also on the resources. So if you add a lot of materia medicas, then it will be a bit more expensive credit-wise. The notes to rubric, it's around the standard one, around 1 credit per 1,000 characters. And the analyze photo, which allows you to upload a picture of a physical symptom. Actually, we don't have an estimation here. We will add it, but it's a few credits, if I remember correctly. So, like, what we have seen so far is that with like a normal moderate usage with 100 credits per month, like it's enough. So actually, pretty much no one needed to buy more credits. But if you use it really a lot, then and you run out of credits for that month, you can either wait till the subscription renew, or you can buy more credits. And yeah, you can find it here in the settings. Those are the prices in euros. If you are in the UK or some other parts in the world, you can see pounds or US dollars. So yeah, this is how it works. And also here you have the history of the usage that you did, how much did you consume for each feature. One thing I want to specify is that we don't really earn, like it's not made to profit, this credit system, but it's just made to not lose money because so all the AI features that are used by the user, they have a cost because they use a third-party provider, which is necessary to be able to provide the best quality of the AI. And so, yeah, basically that's why the credit system exists. And obviously, if you run out of credits for that month, you cannot use the AI features, but you can use everything in the software, the semantic search, the repertory, the materia medica, like that's not at all related to credits. So that's unlimited use. That's the credits are only for those specific AI features that we have seen. Any more questions? In case there's anyone new that maybe if you have basic questions about the software or any doubts, feel free to ask anything.
I have a question about client management. So when you have an analysis and then you have a follow-up and you change the repertorization, do you I mean, how many sessions can go under a client? Is there a limit?
No, there's no limit.
Okay, thank you.
And yeah, I will show a bit about the case management since it came up. So when you create a case, case, anyway. This is the empty page. So as usual, the first thing you would create a first appointment. And I can write some notes from first appointment. And then I go back to the case page and create a follow-up one appointment. Here. So now we have two, but yeah, we can create a third, and yeah, basically as many as you want. And so the system is really meant for like even having patients for years, so you can have a lot of consultations. And here you can quickly browse the different notes. So this especially when you have a client for years, when you have 10, 20 or more consultation, you can quickly browse through the notes for each consultation based on the date. You can search the notes, especially when you have a lot of appointments, a lot of notes, in case there's something you remember, and you can type, it comes up here. And you can search the whole cases. So now I'm back on the whole cases page. You can search all your cases. And the really cool thing is that when you search, it searches for everything. So now I typed ghost, and we got this first case that it's coming up because in the notes it's present the word ghost. This other case, it's coming up because there is a rubric with the word ghost. And so also, even like if you prescribe belladonna, you can see it's coming up the prescription that you have saved.
Can you also look at repertorizations, like if you had a screenshot or something, or is there a quick way to look through these sessions and their repertorizations?
Well, at the moment, no. So yeah, if you want to look at a different repertorization, you would go. This is an example. I was testing the performance with 200 rubrics. So you would go on an analysis. So now you are here in the case page. You would go here, and you have the repertorization, and then you would go back and open another analysis. What you can do is to use the feature that I was showing earlier. So let's say that you really want to compare different repertorizations from different analysis. My suggestion would be that you either create maybe a new analysis, you call it comparison, or you use an existing one. And what you would do, for example, on clipboard A, you import. Thank you, Andreas. Thank you so much. In the clipboard A, you select maybe one analysis, the first one, 23rd of April, and you import A. Let's see if this works. 200 is okay, it worked. Then you go on B, and you go on the other analysis from the 5th of May, and you import this other one. So now you have two that already you can compare. and maybe this other one from the 6th of May. So yeah, as you can see, in this way, it would be a way to achieve something like that.
Thank you.
No worries. I think I've shown all the new things. I will try to give a sneak peek. Let me set up something. Let's see if I can. Of something quite cool that we've been working since a long time, which will be released quite soon. Just setting it up because it's not available in the public website. Thank you, May. And yeah, if there is any other questions also, now it's the time. Thank you, Jacqueline and Christina. Okay, should be ready to show it. Yes. Okay, we share my screen again. So this is the latest feature we've been working on since quite a long time because it's quite a complex task, and it is a new AI feature. So here there is this new icon, which when it's clicked, we get this kind of chat open. So the idea of this feature at the moment is called Similia AI. I don't know if it will be the final name or will come up with a different name. But basically, the idea is to have an AI which is more similar to other AIs like ChatGPT. So it's much more broad. You can ask anything that you like, while currently all our AI features are quite contained. So like you got the notes to rubric, which gives you rubric, you have the analysis, which analyze a case, and so on. While here, it's really, you can ask everything that you like. And now we'll try to show some examples. Sandra, so you have two options to see the recorded either short video tutorials or webinars like this one. So when you click on the circle in your avatar on the top right, you got video tutorials. And here you get the short video tutorials. You got the training sessions with some famous homeopaths and also the recorded webinars, usually with me, which they are also on our YouTube channel, which I will put here in the chat. Thank you, Jenny. So going back to the chat, you can select the sources, again, based on what you have available too. You can select one or multiple repertory, and same for materia medica. So I could go. Let's try Scholten. And you can ask anything. So you could ask, tell me which are the coldest remedies, or you can compare remedies. You can ask question maybe about a specific family. So compare the snake's remedy, or tell me about which snake's remedy are more have more symptoms, like respiratory symptoms, asthma. So let's try this one. Which snake's remedy have or are most indicated for symptoms of asthma and difficult respiration? Actually, I will go with Vermeulen instead of Scholten. And yeah, we'll keep, let's do, there's only one repertory. So the interesting thing is that you can also only pick either only materia medica or only repertory. So in case, yeah, maybe you only want to do a study on the materia medica, yeah, you could just select some materia medicas, and in real time it shows what it's going on. So it shows all the process, what it's doing, how it's thinking. So first it selected some symptom and some remedies, and then it searches the materia medica, and depending on the question, it might take from less than 1 minute or a few minutes. And yeah, at the moment it's still a work in progress. So actually it's done, but yeah, the result is not polished yet, because yeah, we are still working on it. But yeah, the cool thing will be that, for example, you will be able, so there will be a certain rubrics that are returned, and with just one click, basically you can create a new repertorization from the rubrics coming up from the search, or you can only select some rubrics. You can directly go in the materia medica. So this is the result, and then yeah, you have the evidence. Here we got some comparison, and yeah, then you got the materia medica evidence from like why are we getting those answers. And again, this is something that when you use other AIs, you can, I mean, if you use it, if you know how to use it well, you could make it mention sources, but actually, like here you have all the modern resources, again, depending on your package, but which for sure will not be available on a generalized AI. So that's, again, the advantage. And also we try, like with all the orchestration that we build, to keep the hallucinations to zero, and maintain always the connection with the reliable source from which the research is made, from which the answers are coming from. Cool. So if there are no other questions, we are probably good for this evening. Thank you, Georgia, and thank you, Leah. Thanks, everyone, for coming. Thank you, Jenny. So yeah, this the recording will be updated probably tomorrow to our YouTube channel, and we'll probably do another one of this with me next month. And we are also trying to organize some other event that, like we did in the past, with some homeopaths going through interesting homeopathy things using Similia. Thanks everyone for joining, and see you next time.